Howdy y'all. Welcome back to Coffee with Runner Girl. Take a sip of coffee. Fun fact, I made this mug in I don't know, probably before I knew how to actually paint mugs cute. But anyways, for those who are new here, my name is Cian Palki. I am also known as Runner Girl. I ran at UCLA and Texas A&M, and I am now a retired D1 athlete. Before we start this brand real quick, shout out, this is my roommate's brand. The brand's name is He Before Me. So if y'all want to go check out their stuff, I love their apparel. It's a great reminder for myself and then those around me as well. I follow her brand account on my Instagram. So just go type in He Before Me. It'll come up. This is one of my favorite shirts. All the shirts are comfort colors. They're so comfortable. This one's a large, I think. I just like things oversized. So yeah. Shout out to Gemma Goddard, my roommate. She's the best. So let's just go real quick. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Start off with that. I've got not a lot to talk about today, but we'll just do the sign of the cross for now. So today, I'm gonna get my notes. Sometimes I get so nervous on these. Okay, anyways. So today I wanted to just briefly touch on how I got into running. I haven't been running my whole life. I know not a lot of athletes, but a good amount that you'll hear about have been running their entire life. I've definitely not been running my entire life. I've kind of been running a little bit, when I was young. I'd run with my dad occasionally, but I played softball. So I was a softball girly. Obviously a sport that does not require a lot of running. So I did not get a lot of exposure to running about till middle school. So in middle school, so anyways, in middle school, they'd have us do the mile every few weeks. And that's when I kind of realized, oh, I'm decent at running. There's this other kid, his name's Ethan Stinnett, shout out to him, running buddy for life. He was a part of this track team called Quick Track Club. I should be wearing this shirt, honestly. But he convinced me to join the track team. It was not easy because I liked softball. I was still playing softball at this time. I played softball from a super young age and I was dedicated to the sport. Batting lessons, I had all the gear, I had everything. I had multiple bats that I'd go through. I was the one who'd I had some speed on me. I'd be stealing the bases. That was what I did. I was the speedy girl, but I loved softball. I didn't want to give that up. But in middle school, it kind of opened my eyes as to oh, I'm kind of good at this thing running. Maybe this can go somewhere. So it was like pulling teeth. Ethan Stinnett got me to join this track club, and that was where I started actually training. At this time, I was still playing softball and I was still running. But this is when I actually started getting decent training in. So what's interesting about my early years as a runner that I still think about to this day, how it's impacted me as a runner throughout my whole life, is that when I joined this track team, it was mostly sprinters were in this track team. So it was not cross country based. I didn't do mileage every week. Every day, it was the entirety of my running was high interval, interval speed training. So one day we would do mile repeats. The next day we would do 200 meter repeats. The day after we do 400 meter repeats. It was very much I didn't do mileage. I'd never just go out and run a 6 mile run or something. So that was pretty much the majority of my middle school experience. So I started in middle school. In middle school, I was still playing softball, so I didn't run every day. I would do workouts maybe a few times a week with this track club. And I think that was healthy because I know a lot of runners who I've seen over the years who have started at a very young age, or their parents pushed them to do running when they were 10 years old to go win. I also did Junior Olympics. I'll talk about that too. That was a part of the track club. My dogs are barking. But I found that a lot of runners who start super early in life at high intensity tend to lose their love for it a lot earlier than people who start later. They tend to get burnt out a lot quicker. So even starting in middle school, I feel that starting competing and racing and training in middle school, but also it wasn't an everyday thing because I was still playing softball. I played softball and I ran. But starting in middle school, I feel was a good time to start kind of dipping my feet into the water of or dipping my toes into like the realm of like what running competitively looked like. So I definitely did compete in track. I was a 3,000 meter girly in middle school. At Junior Olympics, I went to nationals for track and cross country pretty much every season. When I started, like I just went like this really quickly, and I think a lot of it was just that high interval speed training really helped me. Yeah, I remember I think I started throwing in like one long run when as a middle schooler, because I was a 3,000 meter girly. I would throw in like this anyways, that's all kind of irrelevant. But yeah, started training in middle school, and that's kind of how I got into it. So I did Junior Olympics, like I'd compete in like association, then regionals, then nationals for track and cross country. And I didn't do very good. When I got to the national level, I would tend to choke every single year, but that's just because I was young and I was used to it. So then wasn't used to it. But yeah, I started racing as a middle schooler. I feel like that was a good time to start. But if you're watching this video and you're in middle school or you're like in high school and you're like, I haven't really started, or I want to get into running, but I feel like it's too late. Honey, it is not too late. I can assure you it is not too late to start running. There's some sports that you need to pre-practicing your entire life. Like soccer, you've got to start from like super young age, and tennis, like you've got to start when you're young. You can't just pick it up at like 10, 11, 12 years old. But running, like there was a girl on my UCLA cross country track team who like played water polo, and she started running like halfway through high school and she got recruited onto the team. So I can promise you it is never too late to start running. Middle school I think was a good time for me to start getting in the swing of things, getting used to racing, but even then that could have even been too early. And I do think it's important to like in the beginning to play multiple sports. Like don't just run, but play soccer and play basketball, play baseball or softball. I think it's important to be a dual sport athlete, because not only that like mentally will help you like not burn out as quick, but it's good for your body. It's good to like strengthen other muscles, because that will help prevent injuries as well too. Like if you're not going to the gym and you're not working out all these other muscles early on in life, it's important to be playing like other sports to help strengthen those, because that's a fun way to like also help prevent injuries, because running is an intense sport. You will be getting injured. So it's important when you're young to just be well-rounded. There's no reason to be jumping into sports super early in life. Like there's just no reason. It's fun, do it for fun, but it doesn't have to be so serious. So I don't know if that was very helpful, but that's kind of what it looked like for me. Dual sport athlete, started in middle school, and yeah, more videos to come. Just wanted to do a quick little blurb on that. I also think I'm going to be doing videos on like running tips and stuff. So I've got like some ideas, like injuries that I've had, how I've overcome them, gym, like you're a runner, do you need to go to the gym? Like what do my workouts look like? Diet before races, diet before running, what my pre-race snacks are, what my post-race snacks are. Wanted to talk about gear. These are just some ideas that I think I'm gonna also throw in here as well. Like running, the different, like should I run for time? Should I run for distance? Like should I be running on grass, cement, dirt? Like what, I don't know. Like there's so many different ways to go about the running thing. I think I'm just going to be touching on all of these in different videos to come as well too. So thanks guys for listening, and yeah, have a good day.